Alright, what's going on, guys? It's another overcast day here in Honolulu, Hawaii. And of course it starts to drizzle just as I'm filming this video, right? Of course. Anywho, yeah, we're in the year 2024 and it's crazy how Jehovah's Witnesses are still oblivious. It's crazy how Jehovah's Witnesses are still lost in the sauce, I guess you could say, right? But just as cattle, when they head to the I believe it's pronounced abattoir, aka slaughterhouse, right? Little do they know what's about to happen. Cattle, they have no idea what's about to happen. They have no idea that once they step foot inside of that slaughterhouse, that sooner or later they're about to be steak eye ribs. They're about to be a cheeseburger. And that is exactly how it is with Jehovah's Witnesses. Like when witnesses step foot inside of a kingdom home, little do they know that they are wasting their lives away. In a sense, they're being slaughtered. Their lives are gradually being slaughtered away, right? Little by little, because everything that they do, going out in service, going to the meetings, preparing for meetings, it's all a freaking waste of time. It's all a waste of time. Imagine you having to keep lying to yourself day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. You have to keep lying to yourself and telling yourself paradise is right around the corner, when in reality the only thing that's around the corner is death. So from my perspective, it is a slaughterhouse. Being in that organization is a slaughter. They are wasting their precious lives away, wasting precious time that Jehovah's Witnesses will never ever get back. And one thing that really pains me is that Jehovah's Witnesses are shunning their family and friends. They are shunning their family, the blood, for nothing. They're shunning their relatives. The Jehovah's Witnesses are shunning their relatives and their friends. When people disassociate, they are being shunned for nothing, because at the end of the day, the organization is just a man-made organization. It's a man-made organization. It's a real estate company. It was once a publishing company, but as we know, they no longer print their material. Now everything is now digital. So now it's a real estate company disguised as a religion. So in essence, when people are being shunned, they are being shunned for nothing. Because Jehovah's Witnesses really believe that this is the real true religion. But in reality, as we know, those of us who have woken up, we know that now this is a real estate company disguised as a religion. I said to myself, how is it with all this technology? We are now in the year 2024, and Jehovah's Witnesses, they still choose to be ignorant. Like, someone make that make sense. We have all this information. We have all this new light. The governing body leaders say we're not inspired by God, but yet Jehovah's Witnesses, they still choose to be ignorant. They still choose to be oblivious to the facts. If your leaders are telling you that they are not inspired by God, why are Jehovah's Witnesses still listening to these men like their lives depend on it? And check this out. You guys know that announcement that they made, the new light, regarding, they said that anyone could see the signs of the Great Tribulation at the very last minute. They said that anyone could see the signs at the very last minute, right? And once they see the signs, they can jump on board and gain salvation. Now, when you really dwell on that, right? When you really dwell on that new light, when anyone at the very last minute could see the signs and become a witness. Now, witnesses with common sense, right? A witness with common sense, they would be able to put one and one together, because shit is not adding up right now. If anyone could see the signs at the very last minute, so that means a druggie, someone who sells drugs, someone who does drugs. That means a porn star, people that live super immoral lives. They can wait till the last minute and gain salvation. So if that's true, right? Check this. If that is true, then why are people still being disfellowshipped today? What's the point of being disfellowshipped right here and right now in the year 2024? If anyone could see the signs, people who are doing way worse things than people that are being disfellowshipped for, right? Like I said, if you could be a porn star, if you could be a druggie, if you could sell drugs, and at the very last minute, anyone could gain salvation once they see the signs of the Great Tribulation, then why are people being disfellowshipped right here and now in 2024 if in the near future you could be as immoral as possible and still gain salvation? That means that as of right now, people should not be disfellowshipped. That makes no sense. It makes no sense why people are being disfellowshipped right now. If you can wait till the last minute, live a super immoral life, and then become a witness at the very last minute. If that's the case, then no one should be disfellowshipped right now. You see what happens when you put one and one together? Shit does not add up. Things don't add up. I was watching Marcus Vaughn's latest video a few days ago, and Serenity, his girlfriend, was in the background, right? And she was saying how, not word for word, but she was pretty much saying how things don't make sense. With this organization, up is down, down is up, right? Like, and it's so true. It's so true. Jehovah's Witnesses are shunning family and friends that have woken up and that have encouraged them to do their research. We're shunned for telling the truth, but yet the Jehovah's Witnesses are giving love to the leaders who are deceiving them. It's crazy. When you wake up from this cult, everything is ass backwards. Up is down, down is up, black is white, white is black, right is left, left is right. Nothing makes sense. Everything is backwards. And it's sad that Jehovah's Witnesses, they choose to be ignorant. You know, there's a saying, ignorance is bliss, right? But it's a choice. As of right now, it's a choice. Because any and every Jehovah's Witness could wake up if they want to. Mind you, a Jehovah's Witness, they have no sufficient proof. They have no evidence that this is the true religion, that this is the truth. There's no proof that backs up. There is no truth that backs up their statement that they actually have the truth. There's no proof. There's no proof that backs up that statement, right? It's all faith-driven. But it's sad that people like myself are being shunned by JW family and friends, all because we've told them the truth about the truth. And yet Jehovah's Witnesses, they make it a choice. They make it a choice to stay oblivious, to stay lost in the source, to stay ignorant. That is a choice that they make, because they rather choose to listen to 9 men that told them, hey, we're not inspired by God. We're not inspired by God. And you would think that, once again, you would think that when your leaders tell you that they are not inspired by God, and they tell you that they are infallible, they make mistakes, they don't always get it right. If they say that, right, you would think something would click with witnesses. You would think common sense would kick in, and they would start to have doubts, that they would start to question things, that they would start to do their own research outside of jw.org. You would think that, right? But sad to say, they choose to remain oblivious. They choose to remain lost in the source in 2024. With all this new light, with all the CSA cases, especially the ones in Pennsylvania. You have the Australian Royal Commission from several years ago, right? We have all this indication that this is not the truth. Jehovah's Witnesses have everything that they need to wake up. The information is right there. But they choose to remain lost in the sauce. Going back to the beginning of this video, what I said. When cows enter into slaughterhouses, right? They don't know that they're about to become prime rib steak. They don't know that they're about to become a cheeseburger. They're all gathered together, lost in that slaughterhouse. And it's the same scenario with witnesses in this organization. This organization is leading them down a dangerous path. And it's a waste of a life. It's a waste of a life. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, here's a question for you. You guys are standing in front of a cart, supposedly with a life-saving message, right? You supposedly have a life-saving message, but yet you're not proactive. You're standing in front of a cart, not engaging with people. You're waiting for people to engage with you. How is that saving lives? And this is one thing that I thought about in the last year or so. If God really, if his objective really was to save the vast majority of human beings, right? If that was his objective, God can easily, in less than 60 seconds, around the whole world, the whole globe, and every tribe, every language, every tongue, he could say, I'm Jehovah, the true God. I want everyone to hear my voice. I want everyone to gain everlasting life. Study with my people. Study with Jehovah's Witnesses. Come to know me. Read the Bible. Imagine if God said that out loud. Everyone around the whole world, and every language, every tribe, every tongue. If God said that, wouldn't that be more effective than witnesses standing in front of a damn cart? Because that's not even effective. In terms of effectiveness, right? If God spread his word, if God's word was spread throughout the entire planet, and he said, I am Jehovah, the true God, I have a paradise in store, I want everybody to get to know me, wouldn't that be more effective? Wouldn't people be more inclined to serve him? Wouldn't people realize that Jehovah is the true God? If God did that, if he had his own word, if he used his own word to spread the so-called good news, to help people realize that, hey, he's the true God, wouldn't that be more effective than people standing in front of a damn cart, not even engaging with people? Witnesses don't even engage with people anymore. They used to go from door to door. Now I believe that's done with. I don't see witnesses going from door to door anymore. Now they're doing letter writing. Now they're standing in front of a cart. How is that effective? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is witnesses going to the slaughter, being slaughtered. This is the slaughterhouse of witnesses. They are wasting their precious life away because they believe in their hearts that they're doing God's will. They believe in their hearts that going to the meetings, going out in service, preparing for meetings, that they're doing something. When in reality, they're doing jack shit. They're not doing nothing but wasting their precious life away. This is the slaughterhouse. The organization is a slaughterhouse because their leaders keep telling them that paradise is right around the corner. I was watching Mike and Kim's videos the other day. And Mike said something along the lines of, fear is the one thing that keeps witnesses locked in. Fear is the one thing that keeps Jehovah's Witnesses in check. Jehovah's Witnesses, they have this fear that, oh, if I listen to apostates, I'm going to lose God's approval. God is not going to love me anymore. I'm not going to make it to paradise. So the governing body leaders, they keep the Jehovah's Witnesses locked in with this fear. With this, oh, paradise is right around the corner. Don't lose track now. Don't leave Jehovah now. Paradise is right around the corner. We can see it. Don't listen to apostates. They're from Satan the devil. It is this fear that keeps Jehovah's Witnesses locked in. It's this fear that keeps Jehovah's Witnesses oblivious. But it's sad. It's so sad how in the year 2024, Jehovah's Witnesses, they choose to remain ignorant. They choose to remain oblivious to what's really going on around them. And at the end of the day, they are shunning their family and friends that left the organization. They're shunning all these people for nothing. Because we're simply here trying to encourage them to do their research just like we did our research. Because as we know, once you do your research, once you open up Pandora's box, there is no way in hell that you cannot go back to the organization. Once you see the truth about the truth, there is just no going back. So if you happen to be a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, keep in mind that if your leaders are telling you to not listen to former members, if your leaders are telling you to only look at the material that they have in store, then obviously they have something to hide. Because if they didn't have anything to hide, they would encourage you guys. They would encourage Jehovah's Witnesses. Hey, listen to apostates. We know that once you listen to the lies, you're gonna come back running to us. But see, a governing body leader would never say that, because they know that once you listen to apostates, once you listen to ex-members, once you looked at what we looked at, there is no way in hell that you're gonna go back. So they have to keep their members in fear. It is the fear that keeps the Jehovah's Witnesses oblivious to what's really going on. But if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this, you have to ask yourself, if this is the truth, shouldn't the truth be scrutinized? Shouldn't I be allowed to listen to outside material, to watch videos outside of JW.org? And it should still be the truth at the end of the day, shouldn't it? But you can't do that as a Jehovah's Witness. That should raise some serious red flags, shouldn't it? Guys, I love you all. And if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, bear in mind, us former witnesses, us ex-members, we love you guys. We know how it is to be locked in. We know how it is to be lost. We know how it is to be trapped in that organization. We know how it is to be fearful, right? But once you get over that fear, once you see the truth about the truth, I assure you, I promise you, there is no going back. I'll see you guys on the next video.